Oh, in the Den Lab. This is called the Den Lab Table Talk. With my bro, with my brother. He came through, you know?
Happening.
We gonna play cards. Nah, you better nah.
Not
You believe
really.
in gambling?
Nah, not really. I play a little bit of blackjack. You know about Rummy 500?
Nah.
That's my game right there. Rummy 500.
House always wins, right?
Top.
Or what do you think? You think you could make money and get out the game, or is it one of those?
The casino
that's
thing,
gonna get you.
I think they choose who's gonna win. I think somebody's gotta win, and they gotta have like a poster boy and all of that. So I think a lot of these dudes that think they're winning, they're being allowed to win, and then I think there's a lot of dudes that are pretending like. You know, you see all these YouTube shorts with those dudes popping up, and they're like, "Oh, I'm a pro at this, pro at that." I think that's all part of the celebrity. I think they initiate it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Just random thought going through my head.
Yeah, I gotta do the pre-podcast meditation. I got the, you know that anxiety, bro. Yo, I've been having mad anxiety lately.
Nah, man, that's the system. That's why they allow us to see what we're seeing now. It wasn't like it used to be. We used to go behind curtains to go to the.
It's so blatant.
The dirty section. Now that there is no curtain.
It's so blatant. Like everybody's realizing that like the system is just off.
Especially the money, man. After that COVID shit.
Even money seems like it's coming from some fake imaginary machine.
Telling you,
it's some fake imaginary machine, and it's like a bunch of codes and laws and stuff, and it's really a program. How do you memorize all of that?
That's what I'm saying.
You can't. It's like it. All of that information.
I bet half of them learn it on the job like regular people.
Like, where does that come from? Where do you get volumes and volumes of books about like interest and loans and all these finance terms and all this stuff, and people are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you don't know it. You're dumb, right? You're like you don't know about it, and that's why you hate on it or you." But it's like it's fake. Like where in nature, like if you and I like. We had to start a village and we had to do something big. It's like, where would we get, like, where, like, after how many years and how much time would it take for us to have, like, finance and, like, not in our lifetime. Like, if you and I had to start a town and a city and a village and we had a bunch of people and we got things going and we had everything we needed, like, at what point would we be like, oh, go down to the library and you find all these books about finance and like the Amish and all of that. And I know that's a crazy example to give.
No, that is a good example.
Like the whole finance bug and like this thing that we're feeding and that we're like attached to, it really is like alive in our world. Like it's an agreement and it's a demon that we all believe exists, and it's this money shit. The stuff that you gotta memorize to become an accountant or all these things, right? Where does that come from? It's little ideas of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give you a piece of this company and blah 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 blah. But it's like, it's like its own world that you have to believe and understand, and then it like builds a model in your head. Like when you think about your money and your checking and your saving, doesn't it like live inside of you? Like it lives in your spirit. Like it lives in your body. Like you know, it's like, all right, I got my 401k here and I got this there, or I don't have this or I don't have that, or even if it's like your EBT balance, it's like, you know, when you watch the movie and like you see the numbers going down and the person's trying to budget. Like the more you have to split your spirit, it does something to you. And then when we look at these people, right? We look at the people that control these things. They're these weird constructed people, because inside of them there are these like models and diagrams and agreements.
That's where original algorithms come from, the stock market.
Like, look up a book like Finance for Dummies, whatever you want to do. And my whole point here is like, where does it come from? And this is what Matt be talking about too, you know what I'm saying? It's like these books and these agreements and these like formulas, and it's like all this like fractional reserve, marginal, but like all of that, like it's not natural. Like
GDP.
It's like we make all these things up, and I'm talking about deep like financial coding that we just have it agreed with, and it's like who wrote that, like who sits down. It's like no, it's like there's a volume that came out in this year, and then they change a couple things next year. But I am saying that I think AI is creating all of this.
No, facts.
I think AI is creating.
AI is the.
I think the Constitution.
Oh fuck.
And like all of that, Declaration of Independence, the whole Founding Fathers thing. I think that's AI.
Wow.
I think that's AI. The fact that we're like, oh yeah, the Founding Fathers, and then you use that to defend anything, to me is the most insane stuff ever. I think that's crazy. When I hear people talk about like, oh, well, Thomas Jefferson, like, yo, there's nobody that was born more than 100 years ago that has any type of idea or answer for what the hell we're doing right now. George Washington has no idea. And then even with all of that, when we start talking about like how did they win the revolution and how did all these things happen and blah, 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 I genuinely feel like the Founding Fathers story and all of that, they might have had access to AI back then.
Could be. I do believe that technology is this shit that they say is new is old.
And people,
that shit been old.
People talk about like what would they do if they came back now. It's like if George Washington came back now, like what would he think? What would he do? And it's like there's no real way to answer that. But it's like, would he be so disappointed with these old aristocrats, whatever, like Founding Father people, if they came back now and they saw how fucked up certain things were and how good other things were. If they looked at the fact that they were like billionaires and they looked at the economy as a whole, they'd be like, yo, this shit is popping, right? But then at the nitty gritty, would they really understand if things are good or bad?
I mean,
maybe they would, right? Because they came from a smaller kind of situation. But this is what I'm saying. My whole point here is that there's nobody that was born 200 and something, 100 years, 250 years ago that got the answer to what we're doing now, bro. Just don't got it. They don't got it. They don't know. And like I said, the Founding Father thing, I think it's fake, bro. Honestly. I think there was a group of people and they came up with what they wanted to come up with, and they came up with a story that this big group of dudes got into a room and they was in there and blah, blah, blah.
No, that's fine.
I think Britain wrote that for them. I think a lot of whole bunch of stuff and people got involved, and then they made this whole America thing. The thing is, everybody's more on the same frequency than they think. Because the whole thing is like, oh yeah, that person's on the down low. This person's like, no, we're all in the same shit.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? And it's like people's kids and their parents are using the same devices. They're wearing the same clothes.
That's exactly
more than before. There's more of a blend.
I actually, when I first got Facebook, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, I was like kind of like when it was first like dropping, like it dropped around 08, but then like people started fucking with it like 09, 010, and the rest of it heavy. People were still doing MySpace, but like I was saying, oh, that I can't believe my mom and my aunt is on that shit, like,
yeah,
because it was like,
but it still felt different. But I mean, that was a sign of the times, though. That was a sign of the times with the social media and everything.
That's what I'm saying. Your mom wasn't on that shit. Now, like,
yeah, like
gradually,
back in
family and older people are on it.
Back in 1995, like, kids had certain things. They had toys. They had either a sport or an object, a thing that they wanted, or video games, and then they were on that level and that frequency. But you like. You saw different things for different people, and there was more of a divide, and it was good. Now, grandma, dad, and the son are all using the same iPhone. They're exchanging. It used to be you gave a hand-me-down. Yeah. It used to be you gave a hand-me-down to your brother or your little sister. Now there's a bunch of only children going on, and on top of that, you're giving your aunt your hand-me-down phone. You're giving your mother-in-law things. It's weird. It's a different exchange, and it's like people and men are not trading and bartering like before.
That's fine.
Messing around with the car, doing the same things on the same frequency. Now you going to the same websites and the same things as your kids. You're hanging out at the same places. You're hanging out on YouTube at the same fucking places as your children, and it's like who wants to do that? But as a society and as a mental thing, we're too connected with each other. And then this is why
it's unnatural, like you said before.
And then we're all in this cloud,
unnatural.
and then the cloud is floating, and then we're like, yo, why is time moving so fast? And it's because there's no division. Like I'm telling you, it's even the cars. You look on the road, and it's like there's no more like that's an old, like you'll see an old car and be like that's the old vintage car, but there's not really like an old man car anymore. Everybody got the same looking shit. Everything looks the same now.
Modern shit.
Uber, you can't tell a cab. You used to be able to tell what a cab was.
That's facts. That's crazy. Uber,
you know what I'm saying?
So it's Uber like done skyrocketed too, bro.
So it's like a lot of these things have like blended together, and this is what they say. It's like turn it in, like what is it? Turn the two into one or whatever. Like bring it all together, one world thing, and it's just like you
one
see
world,
it.
One world government.
Everything
new world
looks
order.
the same. Everything looks the same, and there's no
Everything's in a bro. Think about it. Everything's in the phone. Your music player, your taxi, your fucking cards now.
Your arguments,
the Neuralink,
your relationships, the time you meeting people.
Damn, they know everything.
They know everything, bro. They got a timer. They know how long it takes you to reply back to shit. All that.
That's so scary, bro.